The Roadie Strength Podcast is now brought to you by Perform Better. So you may know them initially from their bands, the mini bands, the loop bands, super bands. Just a really high quality rubber. They last a long time. They stretch really nicely, not like some of the cheapo ones. They're a local Rhode Island company. They're on the East Greenwich and West Warwick line, which is super cool. But they have reached national and international recognition. This company's been around for a long time. And they're just really known for having high quality gear, high quality equipment, outstanding customer service. Something breaks, they're willing to work with you, send it back, fix it, and just being really knowledgeable about their craft. They've been in the game for a long time. They do a lot of facility design, for the high schools, colleges, but they really work a lot with the pro teams, NBA, MLB, NHL, NFL. They have really good relationships with a lot of these teams. They do a lot of custom build-outs for their facilities, custom build-outs for their gyms, dumbbells, platforms, putting the custom logos in there, you name it. So some really cool stuff they're doing on that front. As far as education goes, they do a lot of courses. So whether online or in person, they have some of the top level courses in the strength and conditioning industry. And their Perform Better Summit, where you can actually go in there and listen to some of the top people in the industry and actually talk with them after the lectures, which is so cool, which you can't really get some of this online stuff. But the education, they do really, really well. And the company's just great. It's I've met a lot of people there. They're tight-knit. They're good people. So check them out, performbetter.com, and on Instagram @performbetter. The Roadie Strength Podcast is now brought to you by Rob Levine, the heavy hitter. We've been really happy to have them jump on as a sponsor. I personally used them this past year. My wife was in a car accident, and they were able to help us along every step of the way through getting properly compensated, making sure we weren't getting taken advantage of by the car insurance companies, and helping through with medical payments. So if you've been in a car accident, it's definitely worthwhile. Just pick up the phone and see how they can help. The Roadie Strength Podcast is now sponsored by Soul Friend Yoga. Find them online at soulfriendyoga.com, on Instagram @soulfriendyoga. They're a locally based Rhode Island company over in Bristol. They also have a beautiful online presence. You can take a look at all their apparel, all their yoga mats online. Really nice website. And their materials and quality are top notch. Me and my wife both have a yoga mat from them. My wife has a lot of their apparel, the yoga pants, the tops, the accessories. Great company, great people. Definitely check them out either in person, online. Give them a follow. Soul Friend Yoga. The Roadie Strength Podcast is brought to you by Strength and Sport Physical Therapy for all your PT, recovery, and performance needs. We help you get back on the field, back in the gym, and back to a healthy and active life. What's our 3-step process? Well, number 1, we want to diagnose the cause of the injury. Number 2, we want to make progress towards your goal. Number 3, we want to push performance and prevent it from happening again. What's our history? Well, we were founded in 2017 within a CrossFit gym, Spartan 360, in Middletown, Rhode Island, with a dream to create a PT clinic that revolves around fitness. Since then, we've expanded to 2 separate locations in Rhode Island, Portsmouth and Providence. We hope to continue to serve Rhode Island and the greater community for many years to come. Our big goal is we want to help you get back to the activities you love. What's our edge? Why are we cut above the rest? Well, we provide one-on-one attention. Every session's with a doctor of PT. This helps you get the most out of your rehab. We provide a variety of techniques, whether it's dry needling, cupping, exercise, correctives, and we base our rehab basically on the most up-to-date research, whatever is evidence-based. And we specialize in athletics. We walk the walk of fitness and sport. We have certifications including the CrossFit Level 2, USAW, CSCS, SCS, we do bike fitting, we do running analysis, concussion rehab, dry needling. Really, we want to build a better you. Get in touch, give us a call or text, 401-239-2784. You can give us an email, matt@strengthandsportpt.com. Follow us on Instagram @strengthandsport. Check us out online, www.strengthandsportpt.com. Ready to rip?
Yeah.
Let's do it. What's going on, guys? Dr. Matt here, host of the Roadie Strength Podcast. We got another special guest on today, Billy Cavalieri. Did I say the last name right?
Cavalieri, yeah.
Cavalieri.
You got it. Yeah.
Over at Bullfrog Fit. We're in the Bullfrog Fit studios. He's to give you your resume, NASM-certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, corrective exercise specialist, and performance enhancement specialist.
Yes.
Performance enhancement Probably, I'm guessing, not related to PEDs.
Yeah, no steroids, nothing like that. No
You might get a couple.
Yeah.
You might get a couple phone calls afterwards, like, "Hey, where can I get some steroids, man?"
Yeah, urine test. Yeah.
None of that. Before we even start, let's break those down real quick. So, what's the performance enhancement specialization?
So really, kind of like trying to really hone in on certain skills, certain strengthening exercises, like a deadlift, a squat, things like that. Like just really being able to lock in on those movements.
Cool.
So yeah, just basically like if you're playing sports and stuff like that, you're trying to work on certain exercises to help strengthen certain movements, certain muscle groups. So it's really kind of like more specialized than just the personal training, where personal training gives you more. They kind of get focused in on like, all right, these people have limitations. How do you work around limitations? How do you train them? What are the questions you should be asking before they get started?
Yep.
Those kind of things. But this is getting like really more in depth. Like you got someone who's like ready to fire on all cylinders. How do you get them to the next level?
Very cool. Okay. Yeah. Is that through the NASM?
Yeah, all those are through
umbrella?
NASM.
Yeah,
yep.
Very cool. Okay, awesome. So not PEDs, not steroids.
No PEDs, no.
Right, perfect. And then how about the corrective exercise specialization?
So that's more kind of going back to what I was saying with like, people have limitations, things like that, identifying muscle imbalances.
Cool.
People with like poor posture, like the shoulders roll forward, shrugging up, those kind of things, trying to identify those, how to correct it, exercises to do to help correct that. More so, a lot of people think like stretching might help with like a shortened muscle, but, that too, but on top of that, trying to get them to, work through range of motion and really just target that muscle group, help lengthen or shorten depending on what the issue is.
Really cool. Yeah, I think that's a really important one too. I mean, just in general, people are banged up, people are injured, but also, I mean, this day and age, a lot of people work at desks.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of those like, hey, we need to correct your posture with like this, that, and the other thing.
And I see that a lot.
Yeah.
the two big things, people get the hunch over.
Yep.
And then I can see a lot of times one trap is higher than the other, and that's probably the most common thing I see.
What's some of your, I mean, I know everybody's very individual, everybody's different. What's some of your favorite recent drills for like correcting some of that stuff?
So I have a lot of people do, and this is going back to, a couple of the stretches. I have them do the variations of trap stretches, to the side, down, looking up, turning the other way, working all those different muscle groups in the traps.
Nice.
And then going back to, the strength side of things, where working those muscle groups through the full range of motion, trying to take them to a full stretch, full contraction, and just trying to, work them through that, help, again, strengthen, lengthen, all those good things to help correct that. Yeah.
Awesome. And then I know we're working in reverse order here, but certified nutrition coach, also through NASM.
Also through NASM.
How did you like their course?
I did. I liked it a lot, actually. Actually really did learn a lot from that. And between that, couple other, nutrition people I follow, like, Lane Norton.
Yeah.
Follow him. I think he's great, too.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot about that, really how to fuel properly for working out, proteins, all those, that, like, how you should be trying to optimize protein, how much to be taken in a day kind of thing, and just how to utilize, food for fuel. So fats and, like, kind of like that lower explosiveness kind of range, and versus carbohydrates, you want to be really explosive using those when you're in that anaerobic state. So it was actually really eye-opening on that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I took away a lot from that, actually.
That's awesome.
And I've had I used to have that same negative connotation. You probably hear a lot of people like low carb. Like I have people ask me, "Oh, how should I lose weight? Should I cut carbs?" I was like, "Absolutely not.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Yeah.
If anything, you should be maybe lighting up on the fats and the oils and things like that, because they're just so high in the calories. And at the end of the day, that caloric deficit's. If you want to lose weight, you got to be in a caloric deficit.
Yep.
So, or I should say, burn fat anyway. You got to be that caloric deficit.
People might be getting more. They might be getting way more calories from fats than they think.
They do. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yep, they think because they're eating something that doesn't make them feel full, you don't feel that same bloating you get with with grains or any sort of carbohydrate.
Right.
So you think, okay, yeah, I feel skinnier, but at the end of the day, a lot more energy you got to burn to burn that fuel off.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What are they saying these days now for protein intake? Yeah.
You hear a lot of different things.
Yeah.
The big thing I see is about that 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound.
Yep.
That's a good estimate.
It's standard.
Yeah, pretty standard there. Yeah, that's usually a lot of them. That's what they do. Some say like on the lighter side, and I don't like to recommend that. I like to say aim for that higher side. 'Cause you're probably gonna fall short.
Right.
So a lot of time it's hard. Yeah. For me, like For me, 1 gram of body fat. I'm sorry, 1 gram of protein for body weight. 200 grams of protein. That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to really supplement with protein.
Yeah.
And in order to get that, so it's tough. So,
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I say try and aim for that because you're probably going to fall short. And if you're hitting that, great.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have kidney issues, maybe talk to your doctor.
Right.
Because your kidneys got to process that. Drink a lot of water when you're doing that. But,
Sure.
And then take it from there. If you're noticing anything negative side effect, then modify from that.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's huge. Yeah, I like you were talking about Lane Norton too. I like his stuff. He's got a very high, but I've described him before as like a very high very low bullshit meter.
Yes.
If something has even like a hint of like potential bullshit, he's like, no, it sucks. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So if he
Cuts
approves
right
something, it's good. It's like some of the stuff he probably is like, it's not good. And it's like, all right, there might be some benefit to it, but I feel like if he says something is good, then you're like, okay, it's definitely good.
Like the seed oils and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Exactly. And then working back to the top. So certified personal trainer through NASM.
Yep.
What made you decide to go with NASM? How did you like their certification?
Love their certification. Very challenging, I'll be honest.
Okay.
That was a very challenging one. I had recommendations from people on that one. So it's a great program to go through.
Yeah.
Very challenging though. It took me probably, and I was every day at the library. Probably 3-4 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah. I was going through the entire thing. I was like, I want to make sure I not only pass this test, but I want to make sure I take something away from this. So I don't want just that certification. I want to know what I'm doing.
Sure.
And the test is even more challenging. So have you done that one, or did you?
I did the NSCA, the CSCS version of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you take that on site or online?
On site, I had to go to Warwick and go to this testing facility. Yeah.
And they check your pockets and everything. No watches.
Metal detector.
Yeah. They scanned every inch of the room. It was online when I did it because it was after post-COVID.
Okay.
So they scanned every inch of the room. I got up one time, just leaned over to shut the door. They stopped the test like, we need to check the entire room again. Under the desk, let's see your feet, empty your pockets, all the walls, ceilings, everything.
Wow.
Yeah. It was.
And that was at your home.
That was at home, yeah.
Yeah.
I took that at home.
So they watch you on camera.
They watch you on camera. Any movement, your eyes move in the wrong direction, they're like, we need you to watch the camera, the laptop the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine having that guy's job.
Yeah.
That's going to be so boring.
Yeah. Right? That's tough. Because it's an hour and a half test.
Yeah, sure.
Getting hot now.
Yeah. I should have said we just finished a great workout. Great leg day, Friday leg day.
Strong leg day to finish the week.
Trap bar deadlifts.
Bulgarian split squats.
Yep. And
Cossack squats.
Superset
some quad extensions, hamstring curls.
That was great. We were very efficient. Got in, warmed up, done, cooled down in like 30, 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Scratched it. Good.
Yeah.
Maybe some calves later, but.
A couple calves later. Yeah. We left those out. We'll hit them after. Yeah.
No, that was good. Yeah. All right, so let's get into a little bit of the rapid fire questions next. And these are just for fun, but and we talked about coffee a little bit off air, but favorite coffee shop on the island?
I got to say probably Nitro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nitro. Yeah. I don't know, something about that Nitro brew is just, it hits differently.
It's good. It's really good.
I got to give a shout out to Anna D's down the road. Have you been to Anna D's?
I have, not often though. I got to stop by there more often.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily go for the coffee. Great breakfast spot.
Totally.
But as far as coffee goes, I got to say Nitro.
Nitro does it right. Yes. Yeah. Nitro got it figured out.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you get just standard Nitro coffee there?
I get the dark horse one.
What's that?
So it's even higher caffeine.
Really?
Yeah. If you can imagine, even more caffeine.
Is that on the menu?
I don't know.
Or is that a kind of need-to-know basis type of thing?
I think so. She asked me one time, do you want the dark horse? I was like, what is that?
Do I look like I need the dark horse? Yeah. You look like a dark horse kind of guy.
Yes, maybe, yeah. Dark horse, though.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I wonder, so I live in Providence. They have the one in Providence, too. I wonder if that's a Newport thing, or if I go, hey, give me the dark horse, if they might look at me funny.
They'll give you a wink and like, yeah, we got you.
Oh,
yeah.
I wonder if they put like espresso in there or something. Or?
It's right off the tap. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe.
Huh.
Could be.
They get a special tap for that.
They did. Yeah. It's off to the side. Yeah.
We'll have to
under the counter.
We got to ask Nitro about the dark horse. We got to get more.
Is that ever or just the Pond Ave? Yeah.
You're all next question. We got favorite restaurant on the
island. You ever been to Yagi Noodles?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
When they first opened, when they were across on Lower Thames Street, past O'Brien's.
Gotcha.
They were there only for a few months when it was like immediately post-COVID or something like that. But temporary. It was good.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. So the one now across from Mother Pizza.
Yeah.
Right in that plaza across from Lululemon, stuff like that.
Yep.
Really good. Yeah. I got to say that's probably a top spot.
I've been meaning to go there because I've been a big Boru guy for a while, which I do love Boru. Yes. But I've heard Yagi is also delicious. So
we did go to Boru a few weeks ago because Yagi was going through like renovations.
Sure.
So we're like, let's go to Boru. Boru's good. It was good.
Boru's
it was really good. I hadn't been there in a while, but it was good.
It's a good spot.
Still holds up.
You can't go wrong with anything on Broadway.
No,
they get good spots.
Yeah, Poor Judgment too.
Poor Judgment's I love
low key
Poor Judgment.
good bar food. Yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
when I was at URI and I was living in Newport, like I would have that the black and blue burger from them all the time. He's a regular burger with blue cheese on it.
Yep.
That was my go-to.
Good.
That's good. That's a good answer. Favorite recent book?
Recent book. I'm not a big reader.
Sure.
I did recently read The Alchemist.
Nice.
Amazing book. Short read. I'm not a reader. I don't get into it. For me, I read a few pages. I look back. I'm like, I didn't comprehend any of that. My mind's racing.
Yeah.
So that was one of those books I could just read and like just it hits home.
That's a really impactful book. Or I think for many people it's a very impactful book. It was for me.
Yep.
It was for me because I read that.
Same.
Yeah. Great book.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Next one, we got favorite recent podcast. Are you a podcast listener?
I am.
Yeah.
Not as much as I used to, but I would say Huberman.
Yeah,
I'm a big
he does
Huberman
good.
guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's got good podcasts.
It makes it enjoyable, like learn. Yeah.
He has a way of describing really complicated subjects, and not dumbing them down, but like making them more palatable, making it easier to understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he makes it entertaining for
yes,
sure. Yeah,
definitely.
He has some good guests every now and again too.
Yeah,
I mean, he does a great job for being like the only guy on the podcast without a co-host.
Yeah.
And just go through the information and makes it, like you said, in a way just so you can just understand it.
A podcast like that, and there's a couple other like it, just from doing this podcast and the amount of like prep and editing that like I do, which is minimal, but I mean, I do some. But
90-something episodes now or something like that.
But for him, it's like he's just like he must have this massive outline in front of him because he just like has stats and stats and stats. Yeah. I'm like, because that's I mean maybe he does, but I feel like that stuff can't come off the dome. Like you got to have you got
to have the information down. Yeah, I mean he's a Stanford professor, I think it is. So I mean he's got to be a smart guy.
Yeah. But it's got to be just like. I mean, his podcast is so polished.
Yes.
It's like it's just topic. It's just everyone's like a lecture.
Yes.
To your point, every single. They're really good.
Yeah.
And
he grew that well, like organically too.
Yes.
Just one of those things, just like all of a sudden, like you heard it from someone, and then another person, and then next thing you know, this guy's got multi-million followers, and
he's just been consistently good for a really long time.
Yep.
And like you said, grew organically. That's a good answer. Favorite Instagram accounts, and the way I describe this is maybe something that's comes on your feed. And it's like, it's motivational, maybe it's funny, or just like related to fitness.
A couple. I'm mostly surfing ones.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I'm big on the kook slams.
Yes,
love the kook slams.
That's good.
And then I'll follow like Surfline, a couple of the other surfers.
Nice.
Kelly Slater, John Florence.
Those
guys. And then all I see in my feed is just workout videos and surf videos.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I try not to watch too many of the workout people, just because a lot of different personalities, and like you got to be real smart about like siphoning through all like the misinformation out there.
Yeah.
Anybody can look great and just spew out like misinformation because it works. It might work for them, but that's it's not working for everybody.
Unfortunately, with the algorithm, the more wild and more outlandish things that you say, the more views and like views you're gonna get, and then the more popular you get. So it's like the craziest people get the most views.
It's wild. Yeah, they know the formula. They got the algorithm down.
Like look at Liver King.
Yes.
Like he was the biggest thing in fitness for like 2 years.
Yeah. Natural for a few of them apparently, but
So it's like, you got to be super careful with that stuff, especially, I'm sure in some industries more than others, but like especially in the fitness industry.
Oh, it's
Like it's crazy
terrible
out there. So that's a good point. That's a really good point.
There are some bad ones out there. They're just like, yeah, but you look great, but you're giving terrible information to just the regular people who don't know the difference.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with that. So having, obviously we have that understanding, the background of that. It's like you can pull the BS from, what's true and to that. So
that's a good. That's a really good point.
Just try and be careful with what you're watching. But I mean, there's definitely some great workout stuff that I follow.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the guy Zayad.
Ooh, that
Coach Z.
Maybe.
I'm forgetting his last name. I think it starts with like a G or an N. It might be a silent G.
Okay.
But Zayad, Coach Z, he's pretty good though. He's pretty good, and he's like trying not to get into like the BS stuff, but he just shows things that work for him, and he's very honest about it. He's like, yeah, this works for me. I find I get the good whatever it is, lat mind muscle connection with this movement, so that's why I do it.
I just on the fly I looked him up. I don't follow him.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give him a follow right now.
Yeah. No, I like him though. I do. I think he's good.
Very cool.
And he's one of those guys who interacts. So if you ask him a comment on anything, he'll respond.
That that's kind of cool because if you've looked into, which I'm not sure if you have or not, but how to grow your following naturally, organically on any social media.
Yeah.
One of the biggest pieces of his advice is someone comments on your thing, respond to them.
Yeah, true.
Because they'll become a more quote unquote loyal follower. Plus, it just gains traction for your posts.
Yeah,
so it's I guess that's kind of one cool side benefit of like a big creator like that. Like if they're trying to do what's good on social media, they'll respond to you.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Exactly.
It's like,
you don't get that often.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good answer. So next rapid fire, somewhere you traveled recently.
I think I told you.
True.
I'll glance over this on Peru.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a little sick on that trip.
That's tough.
But
that's tough.
Yeah.
And I know you were going through that, but today was like one of your first workouts back, like actually pushing.
Yeah.
Pushing. Well, yeah. I mean, I said
a couple here and there, but
yeah,
like one of the first, big ones back into it. But
so that took you for a spin.
It did. I was on antibiotics for a little bit, and then with the antibiotics, they tell you you can tear your Achilles. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna hold off for a month or so.
Right.
I mean,
Let's not turn this month-long thing into like a full year recovery of a torn Achilles. Yeah. So good move.
I had to slow down for a little bit. That's tough, but I slowed down for a little bit. But before that, I was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You knew that. Yeah, I went to Hawaii. Love going there. I've gone there a few times. Going to be going again.
Nice.
That was a great trip. We went to Maui for a few days, and went over to Oahu, North Shore. That was a lot of fun.
And how is it? How is it getting over there? Planes? You stop in California or like?
I've done it a couple different ways. I've done the direct there and a direct back
from Boston.
From Boston.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a long flight.
How long?
I think the way there is like 11 and a half, 12 hours, something like that. And then the way back's a little bit less. I think it's 11 back home, 12 out, something along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of rough, but it's good to get it done in one shot.
Yeah. Hopefully you can sleep for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Watch a bunch of movies.
Yeah. It's tough coming home though.
Oh, yeah.
You leave, you head out like, 11, 12 o'clock. You're getting back and it's like 6, 7 o'clock at night. Just because that time change, they're like 6 hours behind us, and you're traveling 11 hours. So you're just slow crawl of time. Yeah,
that's some brutal jet lag.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. The first time I went out though, I used all my flying points, and I had Southwest, who does not do any direct or even like any stop, and then back to Hawaii. So I stopped. My sister was in Oregon. Okay. Stopped and saw her there. Went stayed for a few days. Went Oregon to Hawaii.
Nice.
On the way back. Stopped in Vegas.
Nice.
Stayed overnight in Vegas one night. I'm like, it's all I need. And then back home and left the next morning. So I got to experience one night in Vegas.
Nice.
So yeah, it was good. I mean, I had a free trip out to Hawaii.
Because of points.
Because of points, yeah. So free with the points. Staying with my sister, staying with my cousin.
Oh, nice.
I won a little bit of money in Vegas. That paid for my hotel room.
Way.
Yeah. Nothing big, like $350, but I mean, it paid for a hotel room.
You got to do that every time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Keep that happening.
Keep hitting the roulette tables.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Come on, on red. No. That's awesome. Next question we got. Favorite footwear? I think I know the answer to this as well. Favorite footwear that you're liking right now?
Right now, yeah. We were talking about this before. Right now I'm wearing the TYRs.
Nice.
The barefoot shoes.
Yep.
I've got a pair of the Vivos too.
Yep.
But I wear those for my trail running shoes. And, yeah, they have a trail runs. It looks exactly like the ones you were wearing today too.
Yep.
Just with a little bit different of a grip on the bottom.
I think I seen Jerry wear those. Jeremiah.
Okay.
I think he's got a pair of those too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Johnny's got a pair of the Vivos also, but not the trail. It's the same as yours, like the lifting shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're great though. Just it feels like I'm barely wearing anything. So I love those open toe box shoes.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's kind of crazy to me that. I mean, these I feel like didn't get popular until like maybe like a year or two ago. Like, it hasn't been that long.
It took a while.
It took a long time because, like, I mean, for the footwear industry has been booming since I don't know when was Nike started, like in the 80s or something like that. It's like
somewhere.
Why did
it's been around for a while. Yeah.
Why did that take that long to figure out? Like, hey, why toe box shoes are better for your feet?
Yeah. The first time I ever wore toe box shoes was probably 2018.
Okay.
Ultra.
You were ahead of the game.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I didn't know about it. I was wearing, the running shoe Ultra.
Yeah.
So they made a wide toe box.
Okay.
And that was the first time I'd ever worn one, and I didn't realize it at first.
Yeah.
I'm like, these shoes are a little funky, and like the toe box, like the shape of them, they look weird.
You didn't like seek them out.
I didn't seek them out, no.
Yeah.
But then like I was reading into them, and they're like, yeah, it's the wide toe box, good for splaying the feet out.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I wore them, and I loved it. And then ever since then, I've always been looking for a wide toe shoe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And a lot of the running shoes, they don't do that.
No.
Everything's so tight.
There's some of them are getting better. I think now that they've realized how much of a market there is, like almost every shoe is starting to be like, hey, this is our wide base shoe.
Yes.
You see it all the time, but not until like this year. It's like I can't believe it took so long. They did have those toe finger shoes, but those were never that popular.
The Vibrams?
Yeah, those were never that popular. Did you ever have a pair
I
of
had
those?
one pair, and I got them for free. One of my old companies, we had like merchandise from certain companies. We did display work, and they gave us we got a pair.
Yeah.
Awkward, and you have to like very, very like they're.
You have to be careful.
They're that too. My buddy broke his pinky toe running in one of those. Shout out to Tony. But yeah, they're like very specific on the height. Like they're in centimeters. So I was like a size 44 or 45. Yeah. And if you go too tall, like they're just your feet feel like they're falling out of them. And then you can't really wear the socks. Like unless you get toe socks, you can't.
Yeah. Oh, true. Or you can go barefoot.
Or you get which is
stinky.
That too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, these are also European size. This is a size 44, which I don't know what that translates to. But I always have that. I had an issue with the same thing when I bought the Vivos. I think I bought a pair, not this pair, but I think I went 45, and they felt way too. Because they on the site they're like buy a size up if you're in between because your feet might grow. Yeah. Which is wild.
Because they're probably just stretching out from being. Yeah.
Yep. So they go, and I want to size up. I'm like, oh, these are way too big.
They say that they like swelling and stuff like that too.
Sure.
Like your feet are gonna swell from like working out or like running, depending on what you're doing in them.
Totally. Yeah. The one of the guys I had on recently, Paul Johnson, ultramarathon runner, said he did the Transcon, which is ran from LA to New York.
Yep. Oh wow. Okay.
Which was like took him like 50 something days, and it was like 2 marathons a day, the equivalent of that, and
2 marathons a day.
A day.
Okay.
That's how many miles.
Yeah,
that's how many miles he did. Yeah, and and he said the shoes because he brought like I don't know how many pairs of shoes he had, but you're supposed to swap them out every like 200 miles. Just like a rule of thumb, 200 miles for your running shoes. And so he went through quite a bit of shoes, and the shoe size. Yeah, the shoe size that he started with, he purposefully got like I forget. Let's just say it was a size 10. He started with a size 10, then he got it up like 10 and a half, 11, because his feet would swell so much during that entire. Then I mean that's an extreme example, but
yeah.
So the feet can swell.
So if you're running 50 miles a day for 50 days straight, then
get a couple of different pairs. Fair enough. Oh, that's good. Next question. Next rapid fire question. We got favorite lift in the gym. Did we do it today?
That was one of them.
Yeah,
that was, I do like the trap bar.
Trap bar, okay,
yeah, I do
cool.
like the trap bar. I like the hip thrust. I like the hip thrust a lot. Yeah.
You can push a lot of weight with hip thrust.
You can push some weight on that. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's fun. I like that one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very few exercises you feel just that pure exhaustion from an exercise or from a lift.
Yeah. Raw strength.
It's fun. I enjoy that one. That and I enjoy doing dumbbell shoulder presses too.
Nice. Yeah. A good pump.
Fun. Yeah, exactly.
Next question we got last rapid fire. We got favorite sports team.
Patriots.
Patriots,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all New England everything.
Yeah.
So, but Patriots.
Cool.
Tough time for us Patriots fans.
Yeah.
But,
We had 20 good years.
Yeah.
We can't be mad.
Yeah. The future could be bright.
It could
we'll
be
see.
bright. We'll see. We'll see. This could be the season again.
So getting into the kind of what I call the meat and potatoes of the podcast. So some of the questions about how you get started, personal training, what you're doing currently. So just to start, how did you get into fitness / when did you start working out?
Yep. So, I mean, I was always playing sports growing up.
Sure.
Like when I was a kid, every season was a sport. It was soccer in the fall, basketball in the winter, baseball in the spring. Just growing up, rec league, all that kind of stuff. So that was my 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
In the summer, just playing in the neighborhood, riding bikes, playing street hockey with friends, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So, I mean, I was always playing sports. I was always into that. My parents were big into sports. So my dad was a wrestler. He did all the sports too. Cool. He played some soccer. He played baseball, all that. So he really got us into that.
Nice.
And then high school, same thing. I was playing sports in high school, football. I was a wrestler in high school and actually on the golf team too.
Nice.
So same thing all 3 seasons.
I feel like that's probably not a big crossover.
No, you don't see that.
Golf, wrestling, football.
No, not commonly.
Probably wrestling, football.
Wrestling and football. There was some crossover, but there wasn't much on the golf there. Yeah.
No, none of your other wrestling teammates were on the golf team.
No. No, definitely not. Definitely not. It was between that and baseball.
Yeah.
And then, but I ended up deciding to play golf, and
nice.
We had, the coach of the team owned the golf course, so we get to play on the golf course every
cool.
day. So, great experience there.
That's awesome. And that was high school, you said?
That was high school that I was doing that.
West Warwick?
West Warwick, yep.
Cool. What golf course is that?
West Warwick Country Club.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
All right, so a good background.
Good background there, yeah. And then I really didn't get into lifting until I was like a senior in high school. A couple times, like freshman year, sophomore year, for football, they would have us in the weight room.
Yep.
But I never really got into it until I was a senior in high school.
Gotcha.
I mean, I would do what I called my jail cell workout.
Nice.
So me and my brother shared a room, so we had 2 beds next to each other. The 2 posts of the bed, I would do dips on the bed right there, push-ups, sit-ups, curls, shoulder flies, all that stuff, and just sit-ups, all of that, just right in the bedroom, like end of the night, maybe like 30, 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was perfect. I mean, I didn't hit a weight room really in high school until, aside from football, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
But then senior year, started working out with friends, and it was that camaraderie kind of thing. We all went to the gym, want to get in shape for the summer. That's what we did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good way to start. Where is the first gym you ended up going to?
Gold's Gym.
Okay,
Gold's
cool.
Gym. It's no longer there, the one I went to. It's up in, it's either East Greenwich or Warwick. It's right on the borderline, across from the Showcase Cinema.
Okay.
You know that Dave's Market Plaza? The Health Tracks is there now.
Okay.
Yeah.
They took over the Gold's Gym?
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha,
It was something else before that, in between, but it used to be a Gold's Gym for a long time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was the first gym I went to. Yeah, Gold's Gym was the first gym.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a bodybuilding gym.
It is,
That's
yeah.
Gym. And then transitioning, I guess, next stage, or unless I'm missing something, is probably college?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
cool.
I went to JWU for a few years.
Cool.
I almost joined the wrestling team there. I was kind of working at the same time, to pay a little bit of college while I was there.
Yeah.
So I had a job, so I wasn't focused on sports at the time then.
Sure.
So I took a few years off, Johnson & Wales for 3 years.
Nice.
And then didn't like the major I was in. I was in for restaurant hospitality management.
Gotcha.
Just because I was a busboy in high school.
Sure.
And I was
I guess I should do this.
I'm I don't know what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm 17 years old, and I'm working with people who are doing that. They're at JWU.
Yeah.
They're oh, you should try this out. It's you can make great pay doing it, and
sure.
And this is a good college for us. I was okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue what I want to do
sold.
forever.
Yeah.
So I went there. I'm this isn't what I want to do. I don't want to work in restaurants forever. Late nights.
That's tough.
Yeah,
That's tough.
It is. So, so I was looking for schools I could do architecture, and I had a football team I could just walk on. And that's where I found Fitchburg State.
Nice.
Yeah. So D3 school, just looking to play football. I want to get back into it again.
Yep.
And that was kind of where I fell on Fitchburg, which
nice, which I know.
You know Fitchburg well.
This is probably the first Fitchburg related shout out in general on the podcast in 100-something episodes.
Home of the Falcons. Yeah.
Home of the Falcons. I love it. I grew up in Ashby, which is right next to Fitchburg. My brother lives in Fitchburg. I was in Fitchburg all the time. My brother lives, I think you said, very close to where you were living on the corner of Coley Street and Pearl Street.
Yes.
Right next to his street, his house faces the same street as Slattery's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
shout out to Slattery's.
Yeah, shout out to Slattery's. Yeah. So and the first Slattery shout out on the podcast.
Yeah, sure. Any podcast probably.
Yeah, probably won't be shouted out again. But great spot.
Yes.
A kind of for those who don't know, Fitchburg is just like a city that you probably aren't ever going to visit for many reasons, other than Fitchburg State.
Yeah,
I mean, I think like back in the day, it was like one of your typical mill towns, like I don't know what that. I don't know
the Brown Paper Bag Company.
Was that what it was?
That was the big mill that was there.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, I feel like it's paper, but I could be making that up.
That's it, the Brown Paper Bag Company. yeah.
All those like Central Mass. I call them Central Mass because I'm from there. Anyone from Boston calls it area Western Mass.
Yeah.
But everyone who's from there calls it Central Mass, CMass. Like Gardner was the chair city. They made tons of chairs. Fitchburg, I guess, was paper. Like, but since all those, I mean, who knows? Not to get political with the tariffs, maybe those mills will just start firing back up. American made, but not otherwise. Not a lot of old mill buildings. Not a lot of reason to get back there.
Mm-hmm.
But So okay, so you're at Fitchburg. Did you do any athletics at Johnson Wales? You said
nothing.
No. So Fitchburg got back in the football team. What was the training like for that?
Training. So they sent. They gave us workouts to do over the summer before camp started.
Mm-hmm.
So basically a conditioning and a strengthening program. So they gave us, every day was either a strength training day or a conditioning day. Some days were both.
Sure.
So they gave us that. It was like I think a 5 or 6 day program.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. But again, not every day lifting.
Yep.
So they gave us that program to kind of follow on our own, preseason.
Mm-hmm.
And then the preseason was basically 2-a-days.
Sure.
Yep. So practice in the morning, practice in the evening, maybe 3 days of lifting in the preseason, and then during the regular season, they didn't have any scheduled lifting days, but just practice every afternoon.
Nice.
Games on pretty sure Saturday, a couple Friday nights, but Saturdays.
Really cool.
Yep.
How was their? I know they've done a lot of work to that college.
They did.
How was the lifting like the gym there?
It was good.
Yeah,
it was actually really good. Yeah,
I bet. Yeah,
yep.
I know they've done a lot of work there. I know a couple of guys in there in the hockey team, and they have the hockey, like a pretty nice hockey rink there.
Yeah.
It's old, but they had 2 rinks for a while, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. They were doing a lot of renovating when I was like towards the end of my stay there, and like even when I've gone by, I had a couple of buddies who were still there.
Yeah.
That I went and visited, and they were still doing like a bunch of work, like new buildings going up every couple of years.
Yeah.
And stuff, so,
yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Majority of my time was in the PT office because I had blown. I think I might tell you I blew up my ACL my first year there. So.
I vaguely remember you saying that.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I was during practice.
Oh.
During practice, got hit on the side on a kick return that I wasn't supposed to be on. So it was right at the end of the season. Was having a great preseason.
Oh.
Everything was going great. I went from like they put me. I was on the first string. Linebacker. I was like, all right, awesome. I'm ready. So I'm ready for the season to start. Probably the week before the first game. I remember, they're like, all right, we have 10 guys. We need one more to go out. I just turn around. And I go back on the field on the kick. I'm on the kickoff team, and then just going down the field. Guy turns. I start to turn, and I get hit from the side, just right over the top, and ACL, meniscus. That was rough.
Jeez.
That was rough. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
First major.
Possibly a blessing though.
Okay.
Only reason I say that it's a tough sport.
Sure.
Who knows how many concussions or things like that or other injuries. So I mean, yes, that's a tough one to go through, but better than the head injuries.
Definitely.
So you know what?
Definitely.
I mean, not that I want it to happen, but
yeah,
it's very likely it does happen. Those head injuries. So it is what it is. But
yep. And how did your rehab go with that?
Pretty well, actually. Yeah, I went to so the physical therapists there were great. We had 2 physical therapists
on staff.
On staff, cool. Yeah. And then I went to a physical therapy office, maybe a couple miles away from the school.
Remember the name?
I'd have to look into it. I don't remember, but they were very good.
If you said the name, I'd probably remember Ramsey Rehab. They're one of the big ones in the area.
Is it the one like? I mean, everything's on the top of a hill there. I was gonna say at the top of the hill, like basically right by the school. You go down the big hill, and then it's
I don't know.
Like I said, everything's hilly there, so there's no.
It is. It's incredibly hilly city. I think
we were talking about this.
Yeah, something is compared to like L.A. right? Second hilliest
to San Francisco.
Or San Francisco, second
Number
hilliest.
2 to San Francisco.
There we go.
We need a fact checker, but yeah,
I've heard something like that. There's something similar to that.
Some merit to it, possibly.
So how long did it end up taking for the full rehab till you were like 100% good to go?
So I blew out the knee. Like I said, it was the week before the season started, so it was probably the first week of September. Mm-hmm. Surgery was the week before or after Thanksgiving in November. So I had the surgery in November. Mm-hmm. They had me doing PT all the way up into it. Mm-hmm. They waited for the swelling to go down. Then I had the surgery.
Yep.
Physical therapy right after. Mm-hmm. I was probably 100% maybe September of that following year.
Nice.
So like in the preseason, I was still like redshirted during the preseason, so I was like doing practice, like doing the drills, but I wasn't doing any contact. And then September came, and I was getting back into like full practice again, and then playing again. So
nice.
I remember 1 or 2 times I was playing. I remember like I think I was playing on the D line at the time. And like I heard like one little tiny felt one little tiny crack where like the meniscus is, because my meniscus got completely blown up.
Sure.
And they repaired as much as they could.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So he basically sewed back together as much of it as he could.
Great.
So I think one time I felt like a little bit of like almost like a little crack or pop right in that kneecap.
Yeah.
Other than that though, no issues.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
part of the reason to do that long of rehab is one is to get stronger and heal, but other part is get really good confidence in the knee.
Yes.
How did you feel as far as your confidence level getting back into the games? Were you nervous to get back into it? Or you
a little bit.
a
little bit. I'll tell you, I was actually more nervous in the gym. I didn't feel confident doing squats. With the knee.
Sure.
Now I don't even realize it being an issue. I couldn't even tell you I have an issue with the knee.
Yeah.
I don't
Sometimes
feel
you forget what side it is, type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I don't feel like I have any issue with like the bone on bone or anything like that.
Cool.
So seems to be doing pretty well, but. Yeah, that was the biggest issue. I was just like nervous with when it came to lifting or doing squats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's it though.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
What type of graft did they use? Was it patella? Hamstring?
They used my hamstring.
Hamstring.
They used
cool.
my hamstring. Yeah.
Cool.
Which I don't know what the best method is or.
It depends who you ask. It's generally they say the gold standard is patella.
Yep.
But it depends who you ask. There's some surgeons who will only do hamstring.
Okay.
So it really depends.
I've heard different stuff. I've heard the cadaver, the patella. I've heard the hamstring. There's another one too, isn't there?
There's a new one they're doing called the BEAR technique. BEAR. It's an acronym. I forget what the acronym stands for exactly, but it's cow. It's another animal they use. I think it's either cow or pig, something like that. And they use the patient's own PRP. And or like stem cells, essentially, a version of stem cells.
Yep.
And they use the animal ACL essentially, or the tendon to create an ACL, and they shoot it up with the stem cells, and they've been it's a newer technique.
Yep.
And they've been healing. They've been seeing really good success with them.
Interesting.
It may become one of the new mainstream techniques, but it's still in the early phases right now.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of different ways they can do it, but historically, patella has kind of been the most common way to do it.
Is that the one where they go over the kneecap? Or is it they go like, I don't know. I've heard different stuff.
I'm not sure how they do like the actual putting it together.
Gotcha.
But they take a piece of the patellar tendon. Typically, I hope I'm not getting this wrong. They take a piece of the bone on either side.
Yep.
So they can actually, the bone can adhere to the actual bone in the knee. So it's a really, really strong tendon. That's why it works. That's why it works really well. But one of the slight drawbacks is that you then have to recover from an ACL and a tendon. But same thing with the hamstring. The hamstring is like a little, but your body tends to like its own tissues better than anything else, versus a cadaver or at least up to this point, that's what they found.
Yeah.
So
mine was like 16 years ago.
Yeah.
This is like 2009. This happened.
Yeah. So it's really interesting stuff.
You think 2008 or 2009, one of the two.
Sure. Yeah.
It's been a while. So yeah.
So and then you came back. Was that your final season essentially?
I only did 2 seasons. I had the option to play another season. There's I think it's the 10 semester rule is what it is.
Okay.
So I could have done a. And it's 10. So basically, 10 full-time semesters you can be play sports throughout.
Okay.
So I could have taken the option of going part-time in my following spring semester and then playing the next year. I was at the point I'm going into year 6 of college after transferring. So I was like, I'm just gonna do the full time, worry about school, get it done. As much as I enjoy football, I'm okay with not doing it anymore. Yeah.
Let's just get the diploma and
exactly.
finish up.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hindsight, maybe I should have done it. But
hey, you still have the eligibility. Maybe you can go back.
Yeah. Make another run.
Hey, we'll talk about that in a second. Maybe there's opportunity.
Yep.
But so I hope I'm not skipping through too much here. But my next kind of bullet point or topic I had was how'd you get to Bullfrog? Why'd you choose Bullfrog? How'd you get into that? So I might have glazed over a few things, but
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, we'll get to it. So you obviously know Drew Fornaro. Shout out to Fornaro. He's actually the one that got me in touch with Jeremiah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I had been looking. I'd been an engineer for 10 years.
Yep.
And I was just not doing it. I wasn't feeling it anymore. I wasn't feeling, the sit down at a desk kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Very high energy. So like this is not for me. This is not my thing. I need to figure out something different.
Yeah.
I had done a couple of years coaching high school wrestling. I'm like, I want to get into that kind of thing, something where I'm active and training.
Where'd you coach?
I coached high school at West Warwick and Cranston West.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So like back to where you were wrestling previously.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So I did a couple of years there, and same thing in Cranston West. Coaching high school wrestling. I'm like, that's what I enjoyed. Being active. Doing that kind of thing. So I was like looking at some coaching positions, and then one of my buddies, he's like, you should look into doing personal training. He's like, that's probably right up your alley. Yeah. And I had been looking into it before. I had looked into it a few years back.
Who recommended that to you?
This is one of my good friends.
Okay,
one of my good friends who recommended that to me. His girlfriend, she does the same thing.
Cool.
And he's like, this might be something that you'd enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And then, ironically enough,
Sure enough.
I had been looking into it a couple of years prior through NASM. Same thing.
Sure.
And I was like, let me do that. I'm going to go through the program, do the certification. Got my certification, or I think I was just about to finish up and take the test, and just going back to the alchemist, like one of those things, an opportunity had been presented kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Drew came in. He was working a wedding. I was working at Parlor at the time.
Yeah.
So like after I left the engineering job, I was kind of like, let me figure out what I want to do. Let me take some time.
Yep.
So obviously all the experience with bartending and stuff like that. I'm like, I can make good money and, enjoy some time off right now and try and figure out what it is I want to do.
Yeah.
So I was working there. Picked up a shift there. They needed somebody to come in, work in a wedding. Drew's there. Him and I are talking, and I'm just telling about how, the next day I have an interview with the health tracks up in East Greenwich.
Cool.
So I had the opportunity to work over there.
Which was the Gold's Gym that you were at?
Which was the Gold's Gym there.
So many full circles.
Full circle, yeah. So, yeah. So I was telling him about that. He's like, no, you don't want to go there. He's like, I have this buddy Jeremiah. He's got Bullfrog Fit over in Portsmouth. He's always looking for personal trainers. It's really well specialized towards personal training. He's like, I'll get you in touch with him. And then I think he's like, you guys got that similar kind of personality, like where like you're like always want to work out. You're staying active.
Yep.
So he always saw me like I would always be going like for a run around downtown. In Newport. So I'd be running down Broadway. I'd see him, and he lives right off of Broadway, so I would see him all the time, just like.
You talking about Jeremiah or
Fornaro? Fornaro, yeah. So I always saw him. So he's like, I know you're like that active kind of person. He's like, this is probably a gym well fit for you.
Cool.
And he got me in touch with Jeremiah. Jeremiah started talking, and then next thing you know, he brings me in. I started shadowing him and Zach and training, and I ended up here. It's perfect.
Had you heard of Bullfrog before that?
A time or two.
Yeah.
Not anything specifically. Because I was working up in Fall River, I had driven by this place a ton of times on my way to work.
Sure, yeah.
So I'd seen it, but I didn't know much about it.
Sure.
He brought me in and just, great energy, great vibes.
Yeah,
everybody here is like wants to work out.
Yeah.
So, like they want to work out. It's not like
they want to be here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go to some of the other gyms, like there's no energy. No energy whatsoever. But
there's a lot of energy.
There's energy, yes.
There's a lot of energy.
Very few gyms playing gangster rap and just.
Which is surprising.
You got to cringe sometimes at some of the lyrics.
Like, let me change the song real quick.
Yeah.
We'll put that back on at like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
The high school kids are like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man.
But it was a perfect gym though. It's well geared towards personal training. Treats the staff great. You know what I mean? I have not seen any other place anywhere near like the way he does commissions here and stuff like that. So it treats everybody great there.
Sure.
And just it's perfect gym, perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
It's still on island, so I don't have to cross the bridge every single day.
Yeah.
So and then he got me in touch and started shadowing him and Zach and just learned the ropes, and here I am.
And
almost 2
you
years
guys,
later. Yeah.
You guys connect too on multiple. I mean, you mentioned. I meant to mention this earlier. For whatever reason, there's a ton of wrestlers here.
Yes.
I mean, Zach was a really good wrestler. You were a wrestler. Jeremiah wrestled.
Yep.
Rick Hart was a wrestler. Mike Bistek was a wrestler.
He's a good wrestler,
dude,
too.
Yeah, so many wrestlers. Zach's friend Casey was a wrestler as well.
Yes, yeah.
Mike, I wrestled one season, but I'm like, dude, why is everybody a wrestler here?
It's something about it.
But also you surf.
I surf. Yep.
Which we can get into a little bit next. But Jeremiah loves surfing.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that was probably one of the things you noticed first, right when you walk in. There's a surfboard attached to the wall. You're like,
perfect.
You're probably like, this is probably the place to be.
Yep. Yeah.
And we actually all surfed relatively recently.
Yeah,
a couple months ago. Which was a really fun day.
That was fun.
But probably not many work environments where you're surfing with your coworkers.
Exactly.
It's like we're all like, it's easy day. Like, let's head out. It was like midday, like on a Wednesday or something like that.
It's perfect for being able to do that. Being able to like, all right, I can shuffle my schedule around and be like, all right, I see some waves in the forecast coming in. I got to make an adjustment to my schedule.
Right.
But I mean, check in with the clients, make sure it works for them. Obviously, I try to make them first. Obviously,
of course.
But
if
they have the flexibility, let's work in the surf day.
Let's make that work.
Yeah.
No, that's great. But I mean, a little bit about surfing too. I'm curious. When did you start? Have you been doing it for a while?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I started the same thing. Like senior in high school, I started like really surfing. But I was not big into it at the time. Like I spent that entire summer like surfing with my buddy, like just trying to learn.
Yeah.
And then like I would do it.
It's a hard sport to learn.
It's a hard sport to learn.
Hard.
Yeah. And then I was big into snowboarding.
Sure.
So I was a big snowboarder. So I would do that in the winter. And I was a fair weather surfer, I guess you could call it. Like I was surfing like the late spring, summer, early fall kind of thing.
Sure.
Only when 3-2 wetsuit kind of season. So like I didn't really do it a lot for a long time after that. So maybe like a little bit every other summer kind of thing.
Yeah.
My cousin started getting into it big time, and like I saw him doing it all the time. So I was like, let me jump in with you. So I started doing a little more. And then probably like 6 or 7 years ago, I started to really get into it.
Yeah.
And then just now, I don't think I've missed a month of surfing in probably the last 5 years
really?
now. Yes.
Well, there's nothing like being in the water.
It's unbelievable.
Even if you're not having a great day catching nothing with, there's nothing like being in the water.
No, it's perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's
better
awesome
to catch them, but yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. I've had plenty because I'm still very much a beginner, but I've had plenty of days where I go out there, just get either just don't get any waves, or just absolutely get pummeled by waves. I'm just like, it was still a good day. It's still fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Interesting question for you, just because of maybe some of the people you follow on Instagram, like Kelly Slater. I don't know if you do Laird Hamilton.
I know Laird Hamilton, yeah.
So a lot of those guys are super into fitness and how that affects surfing.
Yep.
Have you found that what you're doing in the gym is helpful for you while you're surfing? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, paddle strength is one thing. Obviously having strong back and shoulders helps with that too.
Yeah.
Big thing for me, I mean, I used to be a very heavy guy at one point.
Okay.
I don't know if we ever talked about this.
No, but I mean, you said linebacker, right?
I played linebacker and a little bit of a D-line too at some point too.
Those are big positions. Those are big boy positions.
Big position, yeah. And I had gotten even heavier after school, so I kind of, I mean, I was doing training and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know why I had this mindset, but after college, I was like, I'm done playing sports. I don't need to worry about all this, like taking care of myself the same kind of way. Horrible diet, horrible workout routine.
I can let myself go.
Exactly. Yeah. What do I need to do all this stuff for? And I mean, that's just and I don't know why, like where that came from, but I didn't take care of myself the same way.
Sure.
I got probably almost 270 at one point.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember seeing 265 on the scale, and I'm sure there were like days around there.
Yeah.
Big eating weekend, I probably hit that 270 mark, but I know for sure.
And what'd you say you're now?
I'm 200 right now.
Wow.
I've been between 190 to 200, like 190 in the summer, and I try and get lean up for the summer, and about 200, winter kind of time frame. Like
That's,
so right
that's
now I'm
a big change.
It is.
Yeah.
Huge change. Yeah. So that is the most helpful part about it. Yeah. I mean, and that was one of those things. It took some time. I mean, and I had some waves, like like went from 270 down to 230, kind of stayed around there for a little while between 230, 240. getting back down, maybe 210,
Sure.
back up, the same thing, kind of like up and down, but never really got back over that 235, 240 mark.
Yep.
But then like more recently got back into that 200 range.
Cool.
Like
cool.
maybe like 4 years ago or so, got back into that 200.
Yep.
And a couple, again, the waves kind of thing there.
Yeah.
But that's the most helpful part. Yeah, dropping 40 pounds off is going to be so much more helpful for keeping that board flowing. Yeah,
fair enough.
So,
yeah, you probably couldn't shortboard at all.
No,
yeah,
no, that thing would
not
sink.
that
That
way.
thing would sink. Yeah,
only big buoyant longboard.
I was a longboarder. I was a longboarder. Now I can finally shortboard. It's fun.
Nice. Did you have Did you flip a switch? Be like, hey, I need to drop some. I need to get healthy. I need to get fit. Like
kind of, and it wasn't my doing that did that.
Okay.
It was my cousin and my buddy. Both kind of like gave me like that talk. It was like, hey, you need to take better care of yourself. Very, very honest and like happy they did that. But like kind of like your diet's terrible. Like you need to like work on that. Like, and my diet was horrible.
Really?
I mean, I would go out to eat all the time. Like I'd be doing fast food all the time.
Sure.
Terrible diet. So,
sure.
I mean, that's even I was getting back into working out, but I didn't take care of the diet side of things.
Yeah.
And that's where it was like, they're like, listen, you need to really clean up what you're eating and just take care of yourself because you're staying heavy. Like you're not where you used to be.
Yeah.
And so that was very eye-awakening right there.
Yeah.
So that was, and I'm glad they did that. That's the kind of friends you was. People who tell you, hey, man, you need to get your shit together.
Yeah, literally. And it worked.
And it did.
And
you
listened.
And it did, yeah. And I'll tell you, the kickstart, my buddy Tony and I started doing P90X.
Okay,
So I was doing P90X.
Man, P90X has a part in so many people's stories.
It
literally does.
It was that or insanity. One of the two.
Does,
yeah. But yeah, I did P90X and like I followed his diet stuff too.
Yeah.
So that between both of those, and I'm not big onto like the fad diets, but I was doing the paleo diet, which essentially just the whole foods diet. Just eat clean foods, none of the extra crap. Kind of thing. And I mean it. Yeah, I dropped a lot of weight doing that, working out like that. So
nice.
That's where that kind of came from. They gave me that, hey, you need to get it together kind of deal. Get the diet down, locked it in, and
Really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna skip around a little bit, but what do you do for do you still stick to basically the same thing now? What's your current nutrition look like?
It's pretty much, and I don't want to say it's the same thing every day.
Yeah.
But it's pretty close. I enjoy what I'm eating. Like for breakfast, I'm doing eggs, avocado, and some toast. I'm doing like a whole like this like one of those sprout grain toast things. But I mean I'm getting that carb, protein, fats, healthy fats. Kind of thing. So I start every day. Yeah, pretty much 3 eggs, half an avocado, a couple pieces of toast.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, you saw me eating it early this morning. Yeah, it was good. It was good. So I'll do that.
Scrambled?
I do them over easy.
Okay, cool.
Over easy, yeah. A little runny yolk. Yeah, I like it. Little taste. Lunch is pretty much I'll make like a roasted chicken, and I'll basically do like chicken with either rice or potatoes, some peas, and some sort of a vegetable with like a broccoli or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's pretty much lunch every day. And then my big thing recently, dinner, I've been doing like a bison chili and then salad.
Nice.
So my fiance and I probably married by the time this comes out.
Yeah. When are you getting married?
June 21st.
I think you'll probably congrats on your marriage if you're listening to this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, thank you.
I've heard from multiple people that you make a good chili.
I do. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I do, and I make the broth myself too.
Oh,
so that same chicken, I use the bones, and I make my own chicken broth.
Nice.
And that's my base, and then I make everything all from scratch.
Solid.
So,
that's really good.
So chili and salad for dinner. So I do my greens, and then mix in like banana, apple throughout the day. Little Greek yogurt with some protein in there.
Yep. You got me on the yogurt.
The yogurt,
I'm huge onto yogurt now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good. And then that's just a big hit of protein.
Yeah.
I throw a scoop of protein powder in there. It's a quick 45, 50 grams of protein right there.
Easy.
So it just helps hit that target.
Yeah. I don't know if you mentioned this. You said for lunch you do the roasted chicken, so oven roasted?
Yep.
Full bird or
not every day, but yes.
Yeah.
But I get the full bird, but I'll probably do like a quarter of the chicken every day.
Yep.
And then that basically I'll get 1 or 2 of them throughout the week, and then pretty much quarter chicken every single day.
Nice.
And then I'll do the chili at night.
Do you for like a meal prep? Because you bring that as lunch.
I bring it as lunch. Yep.
Do you basically after you cook it, you kind of like debone it essentially and put
Typically,
it.
Sometimes I'll keep the leg in there with the bone,
Okay.
and then I'll take that bone back and I'll throw it into the broth.
Yeah.
But I try to.
Nothing's wasted.
Nothing's wasted.
Cool.
Full completely used. Yep. I try and debone it just to make it easier. So I'll usually debone it at the beginning of the week, and I'll split that up into 4 or 5 meals throughout the week.
Cool.
Usually 4, because Wednesdays I'm coming in late. I can eat lunch at the house, kind of.
Yeah.
So I'll split that up at the beginning of the week. Like I said, either roast up some potatoes or some rice, and then same with the veggies.
Nice.
So
that's cool. I'm super curious on the full chicken, because I feel like most people who meal prep do like chicken breasts or chicken thighs.
Yeah. I like the thighs personally.
Sure.
I do. Yeah.
Delicious.
Fantastic. Yeah.
But the whole chicken, I like that, and you're using every piece of it.
Every piece of it. Yeah.
That's cool.
So making the broth this way, I don't have to go buy bone broth. I make it myself. Right. Yeah, that's how I start my week. Yeah, I'm doing bone broth on Saturday, bison on Sunday, chili all week.
Nice. Yeah, avocado toast, rotisserie essentially, roasted chicken, bison.
Yep.
Every day.
Yeah.
That's nothing wrong with that.
And eggs with the avocado.
You're eating good.
Yeah.
You're eating good.
Yeah, I think I've got it dialed in now. Yeah. From where I was years ago, yes.
That's better than fast food.
Yes, a lot better.
A
lot better.
I had a couple other just general questions on nutrition. Actually, we've covered most of them, but I guess as far as a client's perspective, what do you notice people struggle with the most when it comes to their nutrition? Because that's such a huge part in their health and fitness.
Consistency is one. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't take the time to prep at the beginning of the week. And that's where a lot of people make that, that miss right there. They're not prepping themselves, and now they're going out to eat instead. And as you know, like going out to eat, like a lot of times you're not getting the healthiest options. You're getting stuff that's, loaded with the oils and the fats, and easily can consume your total daily calories in one meal.
Yeah.
That's the big, people go out to eat. Like, I didn't bring anything for lunch. I'm going to go run to, whatever shop here and go grab something to eat. And next thing you know, you've eaten like an 1,800 calorie sandwich or something like that.
Yeah.
And or worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be densely packed with fats, like we were bringing back to what you said earlier.
And you don't feel like it's heavy, but like at the end of the day, it's just like a lot of calories, and it takes a lot of energy to burn that.
Totally.
And most people aren't going to, you're not going to burn that many calories in a day. Yeah. Your workouts maybe 400 or 500 calories if you're doing, on the higher side. On the higher side.
Right. You can't
outwork a bad diet.
Yeah. It's not possible.
Yeah. I got people telling me, I'm going to the gym. Like, it's not enough. I mean, it's great you're at the gym. Don't get me wrong. Like, you're working your composition, you're building muscle mass. Yeah. And your body's going to burn more calories in turn doing that.
Yeah.
But you can't outwork that. That's just unless you're working out like Olympic style workouts, you can't do that.
So listen to this too. 2 people recently who have done outstanding fitness feats who I've talked to. Rick Hart, one of them.
Yep.
He rode cross country on his bike.
Yeah, he was telling me about that yesterday.
Didn't lose weight.
Interesting.
Riding cross country because of everything he was eating to fuel up for his rides.
Yep.
The guy Paul Johnson, same thing, had to eat so much for his running from 50 days from didn't lose weight. Or a very, very small amount of weight because of how much they had to eat. Yeah. So that if you're taking it down, you need for what they were doing. You need the fuel so they're not having a weight loss goal at that point.
No.
But like it's
survival
just like an example of like you can run 2 marathons a day and you're still. You can't outwork a bad it's like
can't do it.
That's how impactful that many calories
it really is. Especially when you're like so high on the calories that it just compounds year after year too. That's why you see people like every year, like they say on average people are gaining like 5-10 pounds a year.
Sure.
Just because you're every day is like you're in a surplus and more of a surplus.
Yep.
And it might be like quarter of a pound a week or something like that, but it adds up over.
It comes on slow.
Yeah, and it comes off slow.
And you don't really notice it right away.
Exactly. You see yourself in the mirror and like just these minor changes, and that works both ways. Like people like trying to gain muscle, like I don't see the progress. It's like you look a lot different than you did. You look a lot. Believe me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. We'll be waiting for Billy's cookbook, which will be short, but awesome.
Yeah.
But
I got a lot in the tank though. I can put stuff together.
There you go.
I like to cook.
You had something on Instagram recently on the Bullfrog page, which is great. I think it was your chili.
It was the chili
recipe. Yeah.
It was the chili.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I used to be into making the burrito bowls. And so we would do the same thing. We would get.
I think I saw you eat one of those.
Yes.
At one point. Yeah.
And
cool.
sometimes I'll do it with the rice, but I would do that. We would make our own refried black beans.
Yeah.
Just like a saucepan, saute it down, and then just like mash them up together. And basically, yeah, I mean, cooking in a little bit of water, a touch of olive oil, and just season them. And then sauteed peppers and onions. And then we would do either like some sort of either ground bison, ground venison, turkey, chicken, or even just eggs. Do like breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
And a little avocado, and that's it.
That's awesome.
It was good, yeah.
Question for you on this too. What, as far as getting your meat, do you just do like Stop and Shop, or like what do you do? Like what do you look for a certain like grade, or?
I try and get organic on everything.
Sure.
Just grass fed when it comes to beef or bison.
Yep.
I shop typically at A Market.
Nice.
Over in the
Nice.
I mean, and then I haven't in a while because A Market's been good about carrying the bison.
Okay.
I used to shop at this place called Fossil Farms, and they have the wild game meats.
Is it online?
It is online.
Okay.
It's based out of New Jersey, but they have like venison, bison, elk, and then they have the like hormone-free, pesticide-free, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So grass-fed. But I would order from there a lot, and I had a chest freezer. I would just throw everything in the chest freezer because it's coming frozen anyway.
Bulk.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get good quality meats and vegetables and stuff like that because I think that's important.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. As far as the fitness side of things, and I won't keep you for too much longer because we hit the hour mark, but we'll be respectful of your time.
Yeah, no worries.
As far as the training side of things, do you have a and you may yes or no to this question, but do you have like an ideal client in your mind, like someone like, hey, I can really help this person?
Yep. I mean, yeah, to an extent. I mean, I can work well with a lot of people.
Sure.
I mean,
sure.
Ideally, someone who doesn't, and this is very uncommon, doesn't have any injuries or any limitations.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And it doesn't matter. I don't care what the age is.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're, willing to put the work in.
Yeah.
And no limitations, like that's an ideal perfect client. And I know that's not going to be.
Yeah.
That's
the white elephant or whatever you
call it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the one out of the group kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, in a perfect world, no limitations, no injuries to worry about. Willing to put that effort in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But otherwise, I mean, I get along well with everybody and just make those connections. I think that's the most important part about personal training is get people like not only do you help them out with like their goals, but get them excited about coming to the gym. Get them to want to come to the gym.
Totally.
I mean, that's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest struggle I see with people is a lot of people don't come to the gym if they're not training with you. So that's very common.
Yep.
So like I have some people I work with like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And it's great that they're only coming in those 3 times, but if it weren't for that, they're not coming in.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah. So get them excited about working out and just obviously do your best to get them moving.
Cool. Love that.
Yeah.
What's another question, semi-related to that? What is a common misconception or something you might hear about personal training that is a myth or is just something that's not true?
About personal training? As far as like a myth, I think it just goes back to that thing I was just saying where I think that like you have to be like the best trainer, have the most experience in the world.
Yeah.
And again, I think as long as you have the experience and know what you're doing, that's going to be helpful. But the biggest thing, just make sure they're excited about coming in, get them to want to come back.
Totally.
I mean,
Nice. Yeah. I like that. And then how about, you kind of mentioned this already, but common struggles that you see people deal with. Yeah.
Diet's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Diet is really the biggest one. Yeah. That's probably it. As far as lifting goes, I'd say the biggest struggle I see is people trying to do either an RDL or just a traditional deadlift.
Sure.
It's probably the toughest move I have to try and teach people.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get really nervous about that one too.
They do. A lot of people get worried about their back, which totally understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, don't throw like 400 pounds in the bar. But but I get it. Like, you're putting the spine in a compromised position. You got to be careful with that.
Right.
But a lot of people don't have, that knowledge of the body to be able to understand or that control of the spine.
Totally.
So that's the toughest one I see trying to work with people is, get them to do that deadlift or the RDL.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
But diet by far biggest struggle I see. Yeah.
And then last question along those lines. Any off the top of your head, any big wins or success stories that you can think about, like with a client maybe that you've worked with in the past or some?
Yeah.
And you don't have to use their name if you don't want to, but like something you're like, hey, that was cool.
I do have one client. I've been working with him for a little over a year now. He started with me last February, and he's been setting goals as we've been going together, and then a couple. I mean, some might be a little bit on the, unachievable like right now kind of side. Like he wanted to get to
big
like
stretch goals.
Yeah, it's like he wanted to get to 100 pounds muscle mass. That's a lot. And he was at like 90. And it's like, well, you're going to be in a calorie deficit, so you might not hit that.
Yeah.
But he had other goals where he wanted to be under a certain weight and body fat percentage. And he's we set them together very smart. Yeah. His initial goal was he was at about 230 pounds. He's like, I want to get to 200 pounds. And based on his initial body scan, I think it was like 31% body fat. So I want to get down under 25%, get into that a little bit healthier of a range. Yeah. And then this last year, probably about November or so, we were talking, all right, what do you want to do for this year coming up? He's like, I want to get into the 190s and I want to be under 20% body fat. Last week, we just hit it.
Hey, that's huge.
194. 19% body fat.
Man,
so
that's
down,
awesome.
Yeah, like about 30, 35 pounds since last February.
That's such a cool goal to hit. Because it just feels like it takes so long. And it's like, is this even possible? Yeah. And then when you hit it, it's like, it's incredible. Yeah.
And I've talked to him, I'm like, listen, the muscle mass is going to be tough to hit. Yep. I mean, we're in a calorie deficit. Right. And the best way to build muscle, part of it is being in a caloric surplus.
Right. So you have to build from something.
Yes.
Yeah, the muscle has to come from somewhere. It can't appear in thin air.
Yeah, I mean, that was great, though. So we hit that the other day, and he goes back to that, perfect client right there where it's like he doesn't have any injuries we have to worry about, and he puts that effort in. He shows up 3 days a week and working Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He puts that effort in. He's focused on the diet, and he's paying attention and listening to everything I've been telling him, and it's working.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel great about it, but it's like, and everyone's like, "Oh, I got you to thank." I'm like, you have yourself to thank.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I love to be part of that and helping you, but it's you who's put the work in.
100%. Yeah. I helped you. I gave you guidance, but you did it.
Yes,
you're the one that did it. Yeah.
You're the one who has to go home and decide: am I going to eat this or am I going to eat that?
Right.
And am I going to show up to the gym today or am I going to cancel?
Yeah.
So, and am I going to put 100% in on this lift or am I going to maybe take it off a little bit and maybe not finish the set.
100%.
And he's doing it though. He's doing all that stuff. He's putting the effort in, and that's where it's like, yes, you're doing the work.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's a great feeling when that happens. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see if any other questions that I had. Kind of. Here's one I meant to ask you earlier. Take any supplements?
Just protein.
Yeah.
I was taking creatine. I have family history with kidney issues.
Gotcha.
So I'm a little hesitant with the creatine. I'll go basically microdosing.
Sure,
creatine. So I'll throw like a little bit in. Like I'll do like maybe like a quarter, half scoop.
Yeah.
Just to add a little bit into it.
Nice.
But I try to that I don't want to go overboard with just because the family history with kidney issues.
Yep.
So trying to be cautious of that. So right now, mainly just the protein, and then just every now and again throw a little bit of creatine depending on what I've eaten in the day.
Cool.
Kind of thing, yeah.
So you're not a multivitamin guy or like fish oil or anything like that?
No.
You eat just real food.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eat tuna every now and again too. So I'll throw that in. So get a little bit of. And then I was actually eating like these. Sounds awful, but they're really tasty. Like this, like salmon jerky.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I think on we're different areas. Like they sell like the different types of jerky. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it over at Greengrocer over here.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, just to get a little bit of those omega-3s.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any personal goals you have in the fitness world right now?
The fitness world. So I think we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get into physical therapy.
Yes.
So I'm right now I'm going for my physical therapist assistant degree.
Yep.
And then from there I'd like to get into try and get to a school for my doctrine.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I think you might have told me already. Where are you getting PTA? Where are you going for that?
Right now I'm just going to CCRI for that one.
Very cool.
So
awesome.
I just transferred over all my credits. So
nice.
Yeah. So I'm starting
That's
that
a good
this
feeling.
summer. It is. Yeah.
Like all right, good. It all went through.
Yep. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Especially between two states. It's like come on, like let's make it go smoothly.
Johnson and Wales has gone through. I'm waiting on the Fitchburg to finally them to finish that.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
But I'm staying on top of it. So
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Start registering for classes this weekend, I think.
Nice.
I think Monday maybe once they open the registration for summer classes.
When is that? Oh, it's summer classes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna start soon.
It's gonna start soon. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
And CSRI, are you going Newport campus?
Newport, and
dude.
online. Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Down the road.
Yeah.
Quiet campus. Yes.
Yep. Oh, that works out really good. That's exciting. And is that something, I know we talked a little bit about this, but like what made you just go like, hey, I love the fitness side of it, but I want to start to pursue PT?
Yeah. I mean, I think one, going back to like, helping people out and stuff like that, because I enjoy what I'm doing with this. But I think it's just a good way to like just grow and expand what I'm doing. It just gives me another, another side or another aspect of things I can, tackle versus just the personal training.
Definitely.
Because I don't want to say there's like a finite amount of business you can gain with personal training.
Sure.
There's some limitations to that. You got to find people who are, obviously, it's an expensive thing. You got to find people who are willing to do that, and you're not going to have these clients forever.
Right.
There are people, and I have a lot of clients I've been working with for well over a year now.
Yeah.
Going into like 2 years, and that's great.
Yeah.
But I know that's not going to last forever.
Right.
So it's one of those things you got to like keep kind of like networking and things like that. But having that physical therapy side, I think that's gonna be great to be like, all right, I can help you on this because people are getting hurt all the time, car accidents, sports injuries, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then that can turn into like, all right, well now that I've gotten hurt, I know I should be in better shape because this muscle is weak or whatever.
Sure.
And then just to have you have both sides of things.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good answer.
Thanks.
All right, so we'll wrap up here. Last 3 questions for you, and one of them I think you've probably already answered. But if there's anything else that pops out, anything. So I'll say all 3 of them. Anything exciting in store for the future? I mean, like probably wedding, PT school, stuff like that.
A couple of those
are
things.
probably big. I think you mentioned you're going to Hawaii again soon.
Gonna go to Hawaii again. Yeah. I got France first.
Oh, okay,
we got that.
nice.
So the honeymoon.
Oh, very cool.
Honeymoon in September.
Nice.
And we're gonna be southern Basque region. In Belize, which is a great surf spot too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you do a little surfing there?
Yeah. We're going to actually. They got the Rip Curl surf event on the week we're there.
No way.
Yeah, perfect timing. Yeah,
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so,
really cool.
Yeah, we're going in September for that though. Get some surfing.
And then any way for people to find you, reach out to you. Instagram or.
Yeah, I'm
text you.
I'm only on Instagram. Billy Cav 87.
Yeah.
Billy Billy Cav CAV 87.
Yep.
And that's really, and then contact me on there, DM me on there.
Cool.
If you're cool enough, I'll give you my number and we can talk more. But yeah.
Nice. And then last question. So this is kind of a question I stole from Tim Ferriss on his podcast. I don't know if you ever heard any of his stuff, but one of his questions he asked is, if you were given a billboard for the day, so let's say in Newport, we'll put it right on Newport Bridge. We'll put it on the bridge. Right. You get a billboard on Newport Bridge. Great location for it. And you can put anything you want on it. Usually it's a favorite quote, mantra, saying, something you might want to just say to like your local community, or if there's anything you just like think of like, okay, that's a quote that I like.
Yep. You familiar with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah. So I think Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, obviously.
Yeah.
Be excellent to each other.
Yes.
Party on, dudes.
Yes. That's a fantastic movie.
That's right. Treat each other well. Have a great time.
I love that.
That's it. Simple.
I love that.
I'm sure we're getting to the point that they're going to have GIFs on billboards soon.
GIFs?
Yeah.
Like memes, GIFs. I'm surprised we haven't already.
I'm sorry. Yeah, right.
I'm surprised I haven't really seen it. Maybe they're already out there. But
be onto something. Yeah, be onto something.
Dude, great answer. Little over an hour there. Really, really great podcast. Really fun podcast.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Crushed it.
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah.
All right, Roadie Strength. We're signing off. Yeah, it's time for Cavs. Here we go.